Hey, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin, joined by my co-hosts, Lee and Brandon. How you guys doing today?
It's all good today. No complaints.
Doing good. I just got my power back on like 2 nights ago after 2 days of not having it. So I'm pretty happy right now.
Yeah, I know
Mhm.
Hurricane Laura did a doozy on y'all in Louisiana, so I'm glad that you all are okay, and then some of you all are doing fine. Actually, there's so much been going on. I know we recorded this in August, but one thing that just happened maybe a couple weeks ago was the DC fandom, and oh man, just it's kind of looking pretty good. The Batman and these video games coming out. What do you think?
Oh, I am here for Suicide Squad. You don't even know.
I haven't really looked too much into it, but from what I see, it's going to be like definitely something to keep watch on.
And I think one of my favorite superheroes growing up was Static Shock because he was from the hood and and he got these powers. So that was my first time actually seeing like an urban led superhero. And now that we've been begging for a superhero Static Shock live action film, we're finally going to get it. And we want to talk about that today. I want to talk about who are the superheroes. You know what, Lee? How about this? How about we do a superhero tournament? How about that?
A superhero tournament. That's crazy, man. That's so crazy. It just might work. Let's do it.
All right. So guess what? I'm gonna call some friends up and kind of these superhero buffs, and I think we're gonna just be. I think we're gonna be just Marvel versus DC. 'Cause that's where all the main superheroes come from. So let's do that. But if you guys stay tuned, we're gonna have a superheroes tournament to figure out who is the best superhero coming up. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? Brandon here with Straight Up. We want you to be mindful of the importance of wearing a mask out in public. We know it's uncomfortable, but believe it or not, you are saving a life. This virus has hit our community hard, and scientists are still looking for a vaccine. So wash your hands, practice social distancing, and most importantly,
wear a damn mask.
All right, so like I said, we're gonna have this episode dedicated, kind of like our old video game tournament that we had, and a lot of people didn't like it. And with this tournament we're gonna do today, people may not like that. So you can send all your questions, concerns, and criticisms to our email. And Lee, what's that email?
So if you're a DC fan and you don't agree with our choices today, please email all of your comments and concerns to idon'tcare@gmail.com.
That's idon'tcare@gmail.com. And just make sure that, hey, just send us all the love that you want. Anyway, so we're going to jump right into it. So today I got, Lee, I got Brandon, but I want to bring in some certified superhero buffs, superhero comic buffs, and just all around black nerds, or nerds, period. Don't have to be distinctive, but just nerds. I love them. You love them. First off, I want to bring in my comic book loving cousin and a previous guest on the Straight Up Show podcast, Desmond. How you doing today?
What's up, y'all?
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming back on the show and coming to support us today on this superhero tournament.
No problem.
All right, next up we have the soulful R&B singer, Mr. Charles C.J. Johnson. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm wonderful, but you know what, Cal? You know what, man? I'm a little bit perturbed that you missed out on the opportunity of having the singer Charles C.J. Johnson on the same episode with the pastor Charles C.J. Johnson. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But I did it because it was an episode about something else, and I didn't want to go to church too much, because I'm pretty sure between you and him, y'all would have been just going back and forth, and we would probably caught the Holy Spirit quick, fast,
yeah,
and
more
hurry.
than likely. More than likely.
All right, so are you, Desmond, Lee, Brandon, Charles? Are y'all ready for this superhero tournament?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yes
it.
and no. Yes and no.
Honestly, I love it.
Let's see who on the roster.
Okay, so before we even get into that, let's break down the rules. If you if you are previous fans of our episodes, you know that we did have a video game tournament. So we broke it down to 4 different sections, and we're going to do it a little different this time. So as stated before, we're going to do one side first, which is going to be one episode, and the next side, which is going to be another episode, including with the finale. So we're going to do that. So we have 4 participants right now: Lee, Brandon, Dasmond, and Charles. So they will vote on this. It's 5 of us. I will be the deciding vote. So basically, say if it's like Batman versus Green Lantern, if all 4 of them say Green Lantern it advances. They would say if it's like, well, 3 is for or 2 is for Green Lantern, 2 is for Batman. I'll be the deciding vote to go ahead and break that. Now, all 4 of them, except me, have a lifeline. So if they say, hey, well, I'm going to make sure Green Lantern advances. Well, all of a sudden they all can use that to automatically advance Green Lantern all the way to the next round. But if they both choose, if they all choose to use it, I would give a difficult answer, something sporadic, that whoever answers it the right way, and all of a sudden they automatically advance their vote. Okay, does that make sense to all y'all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. If no questions, concerns, comments, or criticisms, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. For this first episode, we're going to start with the DC side of the brackets. Now, our participants have reviewed the bracket. Some of them wanted to wait until they came on the show to see the bracket. Like I said, some of you listening right now, you will listen, and you may not agree with the bracket. If you don't like it, you know what you can do. But so for right now, we're starting off with the DC bracket. For the first part, I'm going to start at the top of the bracket, which will be posted on our social media page. Start of the bracket, we're going to start with the obvious. Superman versus Batwoman. Superman is, the cape. We love Superman. But anyway, Superman versus
Do we?
Bat. I mean, some
Do we?
people, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a big Superman fan, but hey, let's go for it. So let's go ahead and start voting right now. We'll give it to our guests first, okay? So, Dasmond, Superman versus Batwoman. Who do you pick?
Well, Superman is like he's become iconic and pretty much the archetypical superhero. Just the makeup, the trapezius muscles. Is a white dude. He's got a cape. He's super strong, super fast.
Slick hair.
Slick hair. He wound up being like, this is the template from which other superheroes are either molded from or measured against. Batwoman. I mean, that CW show didn't do her a ton of favors. You know so much less about Batwoman. You think Batwoman, and you talking about Barbara Gordon? He's like, no, this is a totally different character. She's cool. Don't know that much about her. Haven't read a single comic book with her in it. I like her design, but compared to Superman, as much as I think that he's kind of corny, yeah, my vote goes to Superman.
All right. Vote for Dasmond, go Superman. Lee, what about you?
Now, I actually do love Superman. A lot of people kind of complain that he's a Boy Scout or whatever, but he's actually one of the purest characters we still have, and he's never been super problematic about anything, unlike Batman cough. But now Batwoman, she's part of my queer family, so I got to represent her. And like Dasmond said, her show kind of sucked, and that's unfortunate. I'm looking forward to season 2 though, because they're doing a lot of new stuff with it. But yeah, I've actually read a lot of the Batwoman comics, and her and the Question have this cool on again, off again relationship thing going, and it's a lot of fun, and I support her. So Batwoman.
Ooh, wow, I did not see that coming. So one for Batwoman, one for Superman. CJ, what about you?
Oh man, I mean, Daz pretty much hit it right on the nose. Superman is iconic. Like, if somebody was to ask you, define a superhero, or who are your top 3 superheroes, chances are Superman's going to find its way in somebody's list. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Batwoman is a great character. I love how that character has evolved over time. At first, it was a bit corny, but the later adaptations of that character is way more fleshed out. Giving her putting her in the LGBT community, like, giving her way more depth, than just being a Batman side character, you know. But that ain't iconic. So sorry, Batwoman, love you, but Superman gets that dub.
All right, so Superman gets 2, Batwoman 1. Now, Brandon, you can break this and advance Superman with your vote, or it can be a tie if you choose Batwoman. Who do you choose?
Batwoman. I don't like Superman. I don't like his character. I don't like his abilities because they are very vanilla. The only I think comic series I liked with Superman's when they got rid of his powers. That was the only time I really liked Superman. I don't like the way they use him. Now I don't know much about Batwoman. I didn't even know she was part of the community. But I do like the depth that her character has. Because yes, I do know that her character has growth because of that. And I do like character progression. I'm gonna go with Batwoman.
Wow. So already in the first round, already we have a tie, 2 for Batwoman, 2 Superman. And guess what? I am the host and the deciding factor for this vote. Brandon, you already making a face already, so you already know where this is going. So, best superhero of all time. This is part of the tournament. I'm pretty sure people will be dismissive if we don't say that Superman is one of those on the top chart. So, guess what? Superman advances. Now, Brandon and
Oh
Lee,
my God.
Brandon
We're
and
about to
Lee,
start.
Brandon and Lee, you know what the choices are. You have a lifeline. You can automatically advance Batwoman, or you can just keep it in your back pocket and be quiet until the next round.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't need that much
No,
hate mail. Thanks.
you're just always trying to get me to use my lifeline.
Yeah, well, okay,
I'm gonna
so
save it. I'm
you're
gonna
gonna save
save
it.
it.
All
I'm
right,
saving.
so
You don't
automatically,
think Batwoman is worth your lifeline?
No,
No
a
pressure, man.
Catwoman.
No pressure.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and advance to the next one. Now, Lee, since this show is produced mostly by you, and I am not such a superhero buff, not as in depth as some of y'all, because some of y'all are like a level 50 when it comes to knowledge. So this next round we have Raven, who is part of the Teen Titans. I do know who that is, but it's Raven versus Booster Gold. Now, Lee, explain to me who is Booster Gold.
Okay, so Booster Gold is a time traveling superhero. Okay, I'm gonna show off my lack of DC knowledge here, but I believe his origin is he stole a bunch of stuff from a museum that
Yep.
basically gave him superpowers,
Yep.
and he used it to travel back in time to become the world's most famous superhero. And normally ends up falling on his face because he's not that great at it, and he's kind of a douche.
So basically, he's Ben Affleck in National Museum.
Sure.
He's more like
About
if you gave Johnny
Ben
Bravo
Stiller.
superpowers.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Lee, so let's start with you then. So Raven versus Booster Gold.
So I've read a lot of stuff with Booster Gold in it, and I like the character because there's some writers that do a lot of fun stuff with him. But Raven is so freaking iconic, and I'm fresh off of watching Titans on the DC Universe app or whatever, and they've done a lot of cool things with that character. So my inner goth has to tell me Raven. Raven's the choice.
All right, one for Raven. All right, CJ, who do you pick?
So y'all have to help me out here. With Booster Gold, I want to say they featured him on Batman: The Brave and the Bold. Do y'all
He
remember
probably
that show?
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So that is literally my only knowledge of Booster Gold. Like if I never watched that episode, I wouldn't know who we're talking about right now. Right. Raven, on the other hand, not only is she part of an iconic DC team, but I'd argue that she's one of the favorites of that team, if not the favorite, right? So
Second that.
yeah, right. So this is easy for me, man. Raven all the way.
All right. So up next, Dasmond, what about you?
This is kind of hard because Booster Gold, when he's teamed with like Blue Beetle, he's one of the like most iconic. Well, people outside of people who don't read comics don't know how hilarious Booster Gold is. If they position this character in such a way, Booster Gold could rival like Deadpool as far as like, you know, that irreverent, hilarious knucklehead character. Raven, she's also somebody in DC that's not that very well known, but been there for a while. Her powers are kind of ill-defined, but super powerful in convenient situations. I don't know. This is just based off like how big potentially this character could become, and I for me, so I'm gonna vote Booster Gold.
Right. Desmond says Booster Gold is 2 for Raven and 1 for Booster Gold. Now, Brandon, once again, you are the deciding factor. So Raven or Booster Gold?
I gotta say this was a good matchup because I really like both of these characters. Booster Gold, Desmond like hit around the head. Like he's so much kind of like similar to Deadpool because he's hilarious and just some of his comics are just unbelievable. And I like Raven because once again I love character progression and build up, and she has a lot. And her character is just so amazing and kind of broken in some ways. She's broken in some ways. I gotta go with Raven because I just don't think Booster Gold will hold up with other characters in the future. But I do believe Raven can.
It seems that Raven advances. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving along right now. We have up next, which I'm pretty sure everybody loves this guy, Mr. Martian Manhunter versus Supergirl. I give the floor to Brandon. Brandon, who do you pick?
Martian Manhunter versus Supergirl. Okay, it's Martian Manhunter. I just love that character overall. I love his abilities. I love how every time he comes in, like he like wrecks stuff. So yeah, I don't care for Supergirl. I don't care for any super person. Only Super Saiyan.
Trying to get the whole super family out of there. Huh?
Yeah, let's get them out of there.
So I suggest you don't like the Super Friends.
No, you know what? I like Crypto. I like
But
Crypto.
he's not super
That was
crypto.
dope. That was dope.
Anyway, all right. So CJ, up view. So Brandon says Martian Manhunter. Do you say Martian Manhunter or Supergirl?
Do I say Martian Manhunter? The answer is absolutely not. No, man. Supergirl all the way. Look, now, ironically, right? Like how y'all felt about the last matchup. This is how I feel about this matchup, right? Like I'm familiar with both characters, right? They're both on the Supergirl show. So, you know, I got an equal amount of knowledge on both of them. I like both of them, right? But between the two, though, I mean, even though Supergirl is a byproduct, you know, of Superman, I do think that she's held her own long enough to be her own entity. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give that to Supergirl. Go ahead and get that dub.
All right. So we're split right now. All right, Lee. Up next, do you have Supergirl or Martian Manhunter?
Oh man, I'm in that same boat as CJ, because I freaking love the Supergirl show, and Martian Manhunter is such a big important part of it. Uh, you know, I think just to edge it out, I'm gonna give it to Martian Manhunter just because he has a few cooler powers than Supergirl. Supergirl, well, this version of Supergirl can't shapeshift, so I'm gonna give it to Martian Manhunter, just
Hey,
based on that.
and we respect your decision, sir. No problem. All right, Desmond, you can be the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter not only can shapeshift, super strength, he has telepathy, but this They're scared of fire.
Oh my
Like-
God.
Like, you like something on fire. If I come with a cigarette, it's like, oh no. So just-
Come on, man. He from space. It's clean up there. He don't like the
No,
smoke.
his whole weakness is all in his head. He need therapy. I get that Kara, she becomes weak because of a certain green rock. That's stupid. But that's her physiology. This is all of this dude ain't. I'm gonna go with Supergirl.
Oh.
Daz, before you continue, Daz, dude, it was one of the DC animated films where like all the Justice League, like their worst fears came to life.
Was it
And
Doom?
Martian Manhunter, like he was like always on fire. Like he was like Human Torch, dude. Like,
I mean, in his defense, I'm pretty scared of fire too.
Do you have an irrational fear of fire? Do you just suddenly crawl into like the fetal position because somebody, in a fireplace or something like that?
the fetal position, man.
Not a barbecue.
Oh God.
Okay, all right.
He
So
can't be invited to the barbecue at all.
all right. So even though they're fictional characters,
They all
we don't condone making fun of people's mental health issues. Okay, not on this show. It's we. If you need help, just kidding. But anyway, getting back on track. So it seems that once again we are at a tie, and I'm gonna go with Martian Manhunter because he is pretty cool, especially in live action that I've seen him. But Desmond and CJ, if y'all want to, or I don't even know, but if y'all want to choose your lifelines, pick it now. But I am going to advance Martian Manhunter unless you all tell me no. Anybody want to use lifelines? No.
not right now.
No, I'm cool with Manhunter advancing. It's good.
Okay. All right. So Martian Manhunter advances. Now up next we have Lee. Once again, I'm gonna need your help on this one. We have Vibe, not the magazine. Vibe
Not the song.
not the song. Versus the Flash, and we'll leave this up to CJ first. CJ, who do you pick? Or actually, you know what, CJ, if you can, explain who is Vibe.
Okay, so if you're familiar with the CW Flash show, Vibe is one of the main characters on there, Cisco Ramon. Pretty much his powers is, I guess, teleportation. Like, I guess you could say he's like the Nightcrawler of DC, hence his name. He like vibes to other dimensions or other spaces. So in a fight, he's very, he's very advantageous to have. Outside of that, I don't know if he has any other powers than that, but that's the main one I'm familiar with is his teleporting ability. If I have to educate y'all on the Flash, then I mean, come on now. Why are y'all even on this?
Why are you here? Yeah.
Exactly. Why are you here? And it's for that reason that the Flash is an easy win. He's going to zoom into the next round, at least, based off my,
Nice,
decision.
nice
Y'all
analogy.
seen what I did there, but
Yeah. I like that.
but I will say though that the Vibe character, like, once again, this was a character I wasn't familiar with before the CW show. So the show did a really good job of making me care about that character. So that's a big dub for that. Because otherwise, this would have been another B character that nobody would have cared about, But so Flash all day, man.
Okay. So with that being said, CJ has voted for Flash. I want to go to Desmond now. Desmond, Flash or Flash or Vibe?
These are two characters that are somehow, they're not God somehow, because given their powers and all the applications that these writers have made for them, like Vibe can like track interdimensional different realities and stuff like that. He can create shock waves and pretty much tear the entire planet apart. The Flash can go through time and like run through your body and mess up your molecules and crap. But the Flash is just way more marketable. I don't understand why we haven't had a Flash full feature length theater release yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Flash.
All right, Flash it is. All right, Lee.
So I gotta give it to my man Vibe, just because I am over the Flash.
Huh?
Like, just talking like power wise. If the show The Flash introduces one more speedster, I might stop watching.
That is facts. That is facts. Enough with the evil speedsters, man.
Right?
Please.
In the timelines.
All right, well, Lee says Vibe, so that's 2 against 1. Brandon, it's up to you.
So well, both characters are likable, but I'm going to go with Vibe because I'm kind of in a similar boat as Lee. I am actually tired of the Flash, and I really don't care for the Flash storylines half the time. And reading on Vibe, I mean, he can pretty much go toe to toe with Flash for many reasons because of his abilities. Yeah, Vibe got it.
All right, so once again, it seems like I have to be the deciding factor.
No
I'm going to
pressure,
go.
man.
I mean, it's already, unless you want to use your lifeline, Lee or Brandon, you already know what's going to happen. So,
Yeah, I know you're gonna put Flash in there.
yeah.
It's
So,
okay.
so no problem. All right, so Flash advances. Now,
Man, hold it.
there's no question. All right, so Flash advances. Next up, we have the character Green Lantern, not just because there's multiples, and we have Mr. Miracle. I'm going to start off with Dasmond. So we have the Green Lantern character. There's different Green Lanterns throughout. Not Ryan Reynolds, but exclude that
Oh
one.
God, not right.
But the Green Lantern character versus Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, I'm just go Green Lantern as a concept as a whole. Mr. Miracle is not even a B-list character. This is like a damn near Z-list character. Yeah, I just go Green Lantern.
All right, Green Lantern advances. All right, Brandon, you're next.
As much as I kind of like Mr. Miracle's abilities, I'm gonna go with Green Lantern.
All right, CJ.
It's easy. Green Lantern, man. He can make anything with that ring, pretty much. Yeah.
Except box office movies.
Oh,
Okay,
too soon.
I mean,
Too soon.
there's so much that goes into that. So,
Yeah, I just recently rewatched Green Lantern. Yeah.
oh god,
Yeah, it's
They just didn't do it right, man. They didn't
it's-
do it right. Blame the-
it's just as good of a movie as the Dragon Ball Z Evolution. All right.
pretty
Got
much.
that bar raised high.
All right, Lee. Not that your vote doesn't matter, but it does at this moment. But Green Lantern or Mr. Miracle.
You know, I would like to take this moment to go to bat for Mr. Miracle, but I'm gonna have to pick Green Lantern instead.
That's actually our first sweep of the board. So Green Lantern. Hey, congratulations, you
I like
advanced.
Big Barter better than Mr. Miracle.
Okay. Hey, all right. All right. So with that being said, CJ, you're gonna go first. This next part is gonna be Dr. Fate versus Starfire.
Okay, so this is actually a hard one for me.
Yeah.
Man, like I love Starfire. Once again, you know, she has Teen Titans fame. But Dr. Fate, man, like power wise, like this dude is like top 10. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, he's like the Doctor Strange of DC. But once again, his powers are damn near limitless. So this really is just gonna come down to who I want to see advance, man. Oh, Starfire.
You did all that just for Starfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
All right, Brandon, since you're speaking, then who do you pick?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
So it's hard. I really like Starfire, but I really like Dr. Fate, and he does bring the power every single time. So this time I'm gonna have Dr. Fate. Yeah.
All right, we have 1-1. Dr. Fate has one, so the Starfire. Dasmond, you're up next.
Starfire is cool and she's cute depending on whatever iteration you're looking at. But Dr. Fate, man, the whole story, the helmet,
Everything.
all of it, man.
All right, so
Everything.
so Dr. Fate, he has 2 against 1. So Lee, you are the deciding factor unless you pick Starfire.
So I love Dr. Fate. Like, I love that suit design. I love his power set and everything. But everything I've seen Dr. Fate in, he's a glorified plot device. So I got to give it to Starfire.
I mean,
Oh boy.
wow,
Yeah, that's a problem when you have a character that's that powerful. You pretty much have to limit them in some way or make them like a plot device. Yeah,
Like them being afraid of fire.
Yeah.
All right, well, I want to go with Starfire. I want to go with Starfire. Like I said, even though I've seen her do some great things, but Dr. Fate. So I'm deciding unless Desmond, unless unless Desmond or Brandon wants to use their.
If there was one reason, this would be, but I'm gonna hold it for now.
Desmond.
I'm gonna hold what I got.
Okay, all right.
I
Well,
will say this one deserved to have a split decision, though. It really did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Desmond's gonna hold his, and Brandon's gonna hold his, and we're gonna hold us until we come back from our break. Make sure you stay tuned. Superhero Tournament continues.
Hey everybody, Lee here. And guess what? The reviews are in and the Straight Up Show podcast is a hit. Don't believe me? Well, listen to what one of our guest panelists, Dr. Monique Thompson, has to say.
Listen, y'all listening to Straight Up and support this podcast because I listened in before I came on the show. I liked what I heard. They're really focusing on keeping things real and being real with you, and I like that approach. So you guys support this podcast.
So if you want to listen, donate to the show, have a subject idea, or even want to be a guest, just contact us at straightupshow@gmail.com. That's straightupshow@gmail.com.
All right, thank you so much for continuing to listen to our episode. Today we are having another tournament, part 1 of our superhero tournament. And if you haven't been listening, it has been controversial already. And just want to keep a reminder, some of you may not agree with this bracket, but we have an email that you can go to for questions, comments, concerns, and criticisms. Lee, can you just tell our lovely listeners where they can send all the hate mail to?
Yes, lovely listeners, if you have any concerns or problems with our show, you can email us at idon'tcare@gmail.com.
That's idon'tcare@gmail.com. And we want to keep saying that because you may not like this tournament. It's okay. We all love superheroes, but we're still having fun with it, okay? All right, so we're going to continue with this tournament. We're still in the first round, but we're going to start with Robin, Batman's homeboy, and as I said it so proud, Batman's homeboy. There we go. And versus Hawkman. Robin versus Hawkman. And I want to start with Brandon.
Robin. I don't really care for Hawkman. Hot girl. Yeah. But Robin, no.
All right, Brandon says Robin. So, all right, CJ, Hawkman versus Robin.
It's Robin. Don't even say Hawkman name. You know who it is.
It's the homeboy. All right, Lee, Hawkman or Robin?
Yeah, this is definitely the easiest one for me because I freaking hate the Hawk people. Robin.
Whoa, sir. Whoa, sir.
They're boring.
They are kind of boring.
I'm at Brandon. Hawk
You
girl.
know, like Hawkman with the He-Man straps around his bare chest and mace, and the weird Saturday morning Power Ranger like helmet on his head. And,
Yeah,
His powers are
wings.
wings and reincarnation. I hate him.
yeah, I don't really like him either. So I mean, Desmond, not that we don't value your vote, but at this point, Robin or Hawkman, and you have a lifeline if you want to choose it.
Robin.
Okay. And just to give you my backstory on Hawkman, I didn't know he was a DC character. I first saw him on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. So I didn't know he was a DC character. And then I saw this I think it was the Time Traveler CW show, whatever it's called. And they made him look super weak. So I was like, wow, that was
Are you sure that was Hawkman on Space Ghost?
Yeah,
Coast?
that was
Harley?
Birdman.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. My bad.
Think all bird people look alike?
That's racist. I'm just kidding. All right, so Robin. No, that's racist towards bird people. All right. Sorry, Birdman. I'll send a little away my bill. All right. So next we have Robin advances if you haven't figured it out. All right. So Daz, I'm going to start with you. I don't know how I'm asking this, but as Big Barda versus Batman.
I mean, I like big girls, but it's Batman.
All right, so Batman. All right, Lee, Batman or Big Barda?
I'm gonna say Big Barda because, to quote Dick Grayson in the DC Universe original series Titans, Batman.
He did say.
All right. Well, you just made editing this episode even harder. So, one for.
Oh, thank you, Lee. I didn't
All right.
curse this time.
All right. So Lee says Big Barda. Dasper says Batman. Brandon, what do you say?
Big Barda is kind of sexy, but I'm gonna go with Batman.
Okay. All right. Because y'all kind of scared Lee. You kind of scared me with the Big Barda pick. So, CJ.
Y'all just
CJ.
afraid of strong, independent women.
I'm not afraid of Snoop.
Oh God.
Oh man.
All right, CJ. The ball's in your court. No pun intended.
Oh man. Oh man.
You have the deciding factor.
Look, man. Look. This is a double L for this person because not only do I not know who Big Barda is, but you're going up against Batman. Batman. Just say the name. The power just oozes from the name. Sorry, Batman. Let's go.
Now, Lee, you can be a I'm not gonna curse. You can be a jerk, and use your lifeline, or you can just accept the fact that Big Barda won't advance.
Or Lee could look at this bracket and see what the next round battle is going to be.
So if nothing else, Lee, Batman advances. Okay, so Lee doesn't want to use his lifeline for Batman, and honestly that's the first time we don't want to encourage you to send us hate mail because if that would have happened, we would have got some serious hate mail. But anyway,
justified.
yeah, so that'll probably the end straight up as we know it. Anyway, so we actually going to start with Lee. Lee up next, and Batman advances if you haven't figured it out. We have Aquaman versus John Constantine. Lee, who do you pick?
Once again, I got to go with queer icon John Constantine. He's family. And if any of y'all have watched Legends of Tomorrow, that guy is pretty fantastic in it.
All right, so John Constantine. All right, and Brandon, who do you pick?
Constantine. That dude is awesome. Freaking awesome.
All right, Dasman.
I didn't know that about John Constantine, Lee, but I mean, I'm going Constantine. Aquaman
He's
can
awesome.
be cool sometimes, but for the most part, I like Constantine.
Okay, and so the deciding factor, unless CJ uses his lifeline, but CJ, we value your vote, but we want to hear what you want to pick.
Right. So you're going to hear me say this in a lot of the later ones, but like the movie adaptations of these characters, like that adds value or can take value away from that value. And not only was, the guy that plays him in the DC show, but Keanu Reeves played this guy.
Yep.
Keanu Reeves in that movie was amazing, dude. Don't get me wrong. Aquaman, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Aquaman is great, but especially the movie was nice. But
Yeah.
What?
You didn't know that?
You should know this.
I've seen the movie. It wasn't amazing. What are you talking about?
Oh, you been
Oh man, dude, it was good, man.
You got an American actor
it
playing a
was
British
no
character.
Green Lantern.
But it seems
Oh
that
man,
John Constantine advances
it's
our
Constantine, man.
second sweep. Honestly, I don't like Aquaman. I would rather have SpongeBob in DC than
Oh
have
god.
Aquaman. So that's just shows you. And SpongeBob is a friend of the show, so thank you, SpongeBob, for coming to bat for us before. All right.
Somewhere Jason Momoa is crying right now.
Ah,
All right. So
in
up
his
next,
feelings.
moving along, we have oh wow, okay, we have Blue Beetle versus Zatanna. CJ, start off.
Zatanna's cool, but Blue Beetle, that's my guy. That's my guy. Like any character that has like a tech-based power, like I instantly gravitate towards that character. So once again, all love, peace, and prosperity to Zatanna, but Beetle gets that dub.
All right, Desmond.
Yeah, if they use the Latino tech-based alien technology, Blue Beetle, I don't. That could be a great full feature-length film. Zatanna, I don't really see that being a great series or a film. So I'll vote on those lines. Blue Beetle.
Okay. All right, Lee.
Man, both of y'all just hit it right on the head for me. So Blue Beetle.
All right, Brandon. Deciding factor. Well, actually, it doesn't matter, but your pick.
Just I'm glad it wasn't Blue Beetle versus Cyborg. I can definitely say Blue Beetle. I really like his character.
All right. So Blue Beetle advances. That's the third sweep that we have. Now this one's going to be it's going to be a doozy. All right, Brandon. We're going to start off with you. We have Black Canary versus Black Lightning.
Oh, Black Lightning.
All right, CJ.
I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna look up the other character. It don't matter. Black Lightning.
All right, CJ.
I'm gonna go Black Canary. She got that martial arts background in addition to the canary cry. Black Lightning's cool, but I feel like he kind of gets that Superman flack of kind of being OP, at least based off what the show has shown me. So just off of my experience, I got to go with Black Canary.
All right, Lee. Who do you pick?
Man, this is a tough one. I really like both of these characters a lot. But I think I've got to give it to Black Lightning just because I'm a sucker for lightning-based superpowers.
That's fair. Okay. All right. Well, Desmond, how about you?
I'm gonna go with Black Canary.
What the hell?
Yeah,
really?
I found her in comics as a character more entertaining and interesting. Her power base, she doesn't super rely on her scream because she can kick ass. Hell, she trains other people. So
My boy.
I mean, I don't know much about the character, but I can respect that.
Yeah. So that means that I have the deciding factor unless Brandon Lee wants to use the lifeline.
No.
I want to say, sorry, or Desmond or CJ, because I want to go with. And before I get my deciding factor, CW has done a spectacular job actually showcasing both of these characters off. So I mean, kudos to the CW for the DC side of this whole bracket. But because of that, and I used to get Black Lightning mixed up with the other Black, what's his name, Volton, or the black dude from the Super Friends. I used to think they were the same people.
Black Vulcan.
Black Vulcan, yeah. So I thought they were the same people, but come to find out they're not.
Kinda are, but for I think with legal reasons or something. Yeah.
Okay. So that is Black Lightning, but just named differently. Am I correct?
It's something like that. I never keep the memory of what the details are.
All right. Well, because Static Shock's not on this bracket, I'm gonna go with Black Lightning. Okay. So Black Lightning, you advance unless Desmond or CJ wants to use a lifeline on Black Canary. The call.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it ain't that serious.
Okay. All right. Well, nothing wrong with that. Up next, we have Brandon's pick. I already know it. Brandon, you don't have to vote. I'm not even going to ask you. But we have Superboy versus Cyborg. CJ, who do you pick?
Oh, this easy. Cyborg all day. Cyborg all day. Like Superboy, he's cool, but I feel like he like with the Supergirl analogy I made earlier, like I feel like Superboy is more of that byproduct. Like I want to say what was it? Young Justice. I think Young Justice was the only time where I really felt like he was getting his own identity. You know, because he had to deal with the fact that his father, Superman, technically, right, like kind of disowned him. Like that was amazing. That was the only time I really like related or like felt, you know, something for Superboy. But Cyborg, I mean, man, once again, the tech, you know, the catchphrase. Oh man, yeah, Cyborg, man.
CJ says Cyborg. We're gonna go with Dasmond. Dasmond, what do you pick?
Like CJ said, the most interesting iteration of Superboy, and there's many different iterations of this character. I liked the Young Justice version, but Victor Stone, man, I liked him back when I was reading him in the 70s version of it, in the Teen Titans, where he's the older guy, he's the mentor, and he's leading the team. I even like the Teen Titans Go version of him. But yeah, I see a lot of potential in him as far as like a character in live action, and Doom Patrol is great too. So yeah, I'm going with Cyborg.
Okay, and then Lee, who do you have?
So to answer the question, I've got to give it to the Superboy, specifically the 90s Superboy with that sick leather jacket.
Oh, that was the corniest one. Sorry.
The motorcycle.
Take that back.
All right, so Brandon, I already know what you're gonna say, but for giggles, what do you want to?
Oh, it's Cyborg. But I want to add another reason why Cyborg is he needed an upgrade, because Cyborg is one of the few characters that actually is formatted around where we are in technology. Like as our technology grows, he gets stronger. Stan Lee wanted it like that.
But Stan Lee wanted him like that?
Yes. That is one of the reasons why Cyborg got a great update. And he, I think, started working for the president. And he was like head of the IT. Yeah.
You said Stan Lee, this is DC.
No, well, Stan Lee definitely said it in a interview. Like that's one of the greatest things about his character. Yeah. He said around the time where Big Hero 6 came to be. They did a special on it.
Well, I didn't know this. This is news to me. All right. Okay, so Cyborg advances. Unless Lee wants to use his lifeline for Danny Zuko's Superboy.
Huh?
So next we have, and Lee, help me just break this down, okay? Give me the difference between we have Green Arrow versus Batgirl. So what's the difference between Batgirl and Batwoman?
Those are two separate characters, actually. Batgirl is Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, and Batwoman is the adult Kate Kane, who is Bruce Wayne's cousin.
So with that being said, what do you pick, Batgirl or Green Arrow?
I would say Batgirl. She's a lot more fun.
Hey, okay. All right, Dasmond, who do you pick?
I'm going Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, Oracle.
Okay. CJ.
I'm going Green Arrow because this is one of those cases to where the show elevated this character. Before that show, yeah, I didn't care anything about this character, but the show made this character just amazing. And all of those shows that came after it are based in the Arrow verse. Just something to think about.
All right. So with that being said, Brandon, up next, it's you. You had a deciding factor unless you want to choose different. What do you got?
So I'm taking what CJ said into consideration. And I'm going to go with Batgirl because Supergirl is still in it. So,
You know, I didn't see that coming. What a plot twist. All right. So, with that being said, unless CJ wants to go ahead and throw the lifeline in the water for Green Arrow, it seems
You
that.
know what, man? You know what? I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I was about to say.
You had me going. All right. So, Batgirl advances. Okay. So, CJ, keeping up with you. Next round, we have Stargirl versus Catwoman.
Catwoman. I'm like, I know Stargirl has a show now, but I'm not familiar with that character at all. So, Catwoman.
All right, Brandon.
Catwoman. I get a bad like Captain America vibe from Starwoman, Stargirl, whatever her name is.
All right, Dasma.
I'm Star Girl. No, Catwoman.
I saw what you did there. All right, Lee. What about you? I know it's already Catwoman, but what do you want to say?
So I just finished watching the new Stargirl TV show, and I think I'm gonna have to give it to her because man, she's really likable.
All right. Well, unfortunately, your vote doesn't count. So, no.
Why do you
Wow.
say? Golly.
Wow.
I feel oppressed.
Yeah, I know. So,
Oh.
Lee. It seems that Catwoman advances unless you want to.
I'm good. I'm good. We
Okay.
can give it to the cat lady.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Lee, keeping up with you again. Shazam versus Beast Boy.
Ooh, that's good. I like both of them, but man, they're both such fun characters too. It's hard to narrow it down. I think I gotta give it to Beast Boy because he can turn into a tiger that I could safely pet. Don't question my logic.
I'm not. I'm just gonna pause for a second for dead air. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay. Lee says Beast Boy. All right. CJ, who do you pick?
I'm gonna agree with Lee, man. I think Beast Boy gets the edge for me because of his personality. Like, dude, I mean, he seems like if he was in a room with you, I mean, you'd just be able to just get along with him easily. Shazam is cool, but it's essentially two different characters. You got the adult Shazam, but then you got what's his name, Billy Batson.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little convoluted for me. I'm gonna stick to Beast Boy.
Okay, Brandon, how about you?
This is actually a little bit tough because Shazam has great character progression. Like he has to deal with and not only that, he almost beat Superman. But he has to actually grow and mature to fit Shazam. Beast Boy, however, has a lot of stuff going for him. So I'm going to go with Beast Boy.
Okay. All right, Dasmond. So your choice now, unless you want to go ahead and use your lifeline. Beast Boy advances. What do you say?
I'm shocked that y'all felt this strongly about Beast Boy because Shazam.
I like Shazam.
I feel like Beast Boy has been stagnant in this, adolescent kind of iteration of him, whereas I have seen growth over the years of a Billy Batson character. And yeah, it's cool that he's a magical based character that pretty much has the same powers as Superman, but because he's magical based, he damn near can beat Superman. I think that's cool. I'm gonna go Shazam.
All right. Do you want to use your lifeline or no?
Nah.
Okay. Well, it seems that Beast Boy is making it, and I like Beast Boy. I mean, he's the only reason if I did watch the Teen Titan cartoons is because I'm making money. The pyramid making money. I'm making money. The pyramid making. Sorry, that character is hilarious. I don't care what nobody says. To me,
does have a good point though.
Yeah, I mean, that's good points. But
no, Shazam is not a pushover whatsoever. Like this was a hard battle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just curious how they're going to do the movie with The Rock and Billy Batson. So I mean, we'll see. But unfortunately,
Great.
The movie was great. I didn't think I would like it, but it was definitely great. But unfortunately, he has no room for this show. All right. So up next, we have Wonder Woman versus Firestorm. Brandon, who do you pick?
Firestorm. I don't know her. I gotta
Damn.
say the movies have made me like Wonder Woman a lot. I still can't get over the invisible ship plane. So I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman. I don't know this Firestorm woman.
It's a man, by the way.
I don't know this Firestorm man.
All right.
Hey, it's
there we go.
2020. He could be changed.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
It could be. I mean, Firestorm.
No, for real.
The neutral
Thor. There's the female Thor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Firestorm was half of a woman once. It's really
this
complicated.
person. I still don't know him enough. So Wonder Woman.
Okay. Now that Brandon was able to Google who Firestorm was, Lee, who do you pick?
I gotta give it to Firestorm, the nuclear man. He's just a cool looking character. Like, I love that design. I mean, I do love me some Wonder Woman, don't get me wrong, but Firestorm just hits different. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
He does look cool.
All right. Well, all right. So with that being said, Dasmond, who do you pick?
Like Lee said, that the design is cool and it's gotten cooler over time. The new 52 version of Firestorm was even cool. The concept of Firestorms, like several different people could combine and become this part of the Matrix or whatever. That concept is cool. I like Wonder Woman, but
What was that?
You all right, man? You get some water?
What is
I
going
get it.
on right now?
I'm going Firestorm.
Okay, wow. All right, CJ, the ball's in your court. If you can just
Man,
give
you know what? I want to give Daz and Lee credit because costumes, like the costumes, should play a factor in, whether a character advances or not, right? So
Right.
I will say that Firestorm definitely has the better costume of the two.
Mhm.
Wonder Woman has a dub in her name.
Mhm.
A dub in her name. So you got to give the dub to her. Simple as that. Yeah.
Well, all right. So unless Dasmond or Lee wants to use their lifeline, I have the deciding vote. So for nostalgia, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Wonder Woman. But I must say that the CW once again has been doing great with Firestone. I made it to an African American character now, and plus the suit is pretty awesome. But unfortunately, he's not awesome enough for this show. So, Firestorm, you're out. Wonder Woman, you're in. So that concludes our first round. How do you guys feel?
There was a
This
lot
is
of hurt
stressing,
in
man.
that. Yeah.
A lot of hurt. A lot of hurt. Sorry. But we're going to go ahead and advance and come right back into it. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hey, Calvin here, host of the Straight Up Show podcast. And guess what? We're back bigger and better than ever with new guests, new straight up topics, and a new way to support the Straight Up Show podcast. That's right. You can now support our podcast by becoming a Patreon patron. Straight Up has 4 different tiers that you can choose from, with each tier having their own perks. Your monthly donation helps us produce efficient Straight Up content that you love so much. For more details, visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/Straight Up Show Podcast 318. That's patreon.com/Straight Up Show Podcast 318.
All right. So we have had a crazy first round. The second round is coming up next. And if you haven't been listening, I mean, it's been kind of controversial. And so some good picks, some bad picks, some shocking picks. But I'm excited to see where this is going to go. So for our second round, I'm going to start from the top. Once again, we're going to start with Superman versus Raven. And we're going to start with our guest, Dasmond. Dasmond, who do you pick?
I got to go back to Superman. Raven's kind of still obscure, and Superman is Superman.
Okay. All right. And Lee, who do you pick?
I, for one, am so Raven.
Okay. I'll
I see what you did there.
I should have said that
Oh,
sooner.
I
clever.
saw what you did there. Okay, all right, nice. All right. So Lee says Raven. Dasman says Superman. CJ, who do you pick?
Dad said Superman is Superman. If there's no other statement that gets across how pivotal a character is, then that's it. It's Supes all day.
Okay.
Oh, shut up.
Well, Brandon. I mean, I don't know where you're gonna go with this one, but Brandon, who do you pick?
It's Raven. I mean, Raven. I honestly think Raven could put up a decent fight against Superman, and her character is better. I'm going with Raven.
My pick is Superman, unless Brandon or Lee wants to go ahead and use a lifeline. But
No, I'm gonna save it for the final to make sure he doesn't make it.
Inspired against Superman, huh?
okay,
Shots, man.
I mean, I used to think Lex Luthor was black, but
I don't know.
Boy. I mean, kryptonite shots all over the place, man.
All right, so it looks like Raven is gone. So, Lee, did you want to save Raven or?
No, I'm gonna let Brandon get all that hate mail.
Okay, all right.
I'll take it. I like it.
All right. So up next we have, this ought to be good. We have Martian Manhunter versus the Flash. Lee, we'll start with you.
Oh no. I almost kind of want to backpedal a bit and say the Flash because I kind of like his power set and his costume better than Martian Manhunter's. Like just as a quick aside, Martian Manhunter has a really bum deal when it comes to costumes, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So I think I got to give it to the Flash in this instance.
To me, he's like the Mr. Sinister in costumes of DC.
Oh.
Or if you,
I
if you
actually like Mr. Sinister's costume. That's
never mind then. Sorry. All right, so
it is
Lee.
kinda cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I made him on wrestling one time. Anyway, Dasman, who do you pick?
Martian Manhunter versus the Flash.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter's costume is always, even when they try to update it, it's still boo boo. Flash's updates, all the different iterations, they look cool. And as far as like personality wise, he's always been real dry. Like if it's him versus Barry Allen versus Wally West or any other iteration, Martian Manhunter's usually a drier kind of personality. I'm gonna go with the Flash.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Caesar, how about you?
It's easy, man. It's the Flash. It's the Flash, man. Now, about that personality thing right quick. Now, I've always known him to be like the comic relief, like in like the animated stuff. I know he's kind of, more serious in the CW show, but, outside of that, I've always known him to be, the comedian of the group. So he always had like that almost Beast Boy.
In the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited animated series?
I didn't follow up too much,
Justice
but
League.
the original I did. The original Justice League, the one that came before Unlimited.
Yeah.
He always been dry to me.
No, well, I haven't seen it. All right, so the Flash. So Brandon, it's up to you.
I mean, everybody has valid points. I do think Martian Manhunter can beat the Flash. His costume is crap all the time. But I still vote Martian Manhunter.
All right. Well, it looks like the Flash advances. Well, unless you want to save Martian Manhunter.
No, he's not that important.
Okay. All right. Well, my personal opinion, he looks really crusty on the CW show. I'm saying. Looks really crusty. So it seems that the Flash is in. All right. So up next, CJ, we have the Green Lantern versus Starfire. And it's the Green Lantern character, not the variations of him.
I got you. And it's going to be Green Lantern. Just because in this particular battle, we're talking about greatest ever. and Starfire is definitely good, right? But she ain't got the experience Lantern got, man. Lantern been in these streets, bad movies and all, you know, just a more incredible character. So yeah, I'll give it to Lantern.
Okay. All right, Lee.
I feel like I'd be paying a disrespect to my custom-made Green Lantern blanket if I didn't pick Green Lantern.
All right. Well, all right, Desmond.
Green Lantern.
All right, Brandon. Unless you want to use your lifeline, who do you pick?
It's Green Lantern. I think every Green Lantern, well, not everyone, but all the important ones have just a better character and storyline than Starfire.
Is that Ryan Reynolds? Okay. All right.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. So it seems that Green Lantern advances. Not the Ryan Reynolds version, but you get the point. All right. So up next we have Robin. Oh man, this is messed up.
Here
Robin.
we go.
Robin versus Batman.
Ooh.
The iconic battle.
All right, Desmond, who do you pick?
I can hear the anguish in your voice, man. I can hear
We
it.
talking about Damian Wayne. We talking about Dick Grayson, Tim Drake.
We talking all of them.
All of them.
Versus the reason why all of them have daddy issues. I would have to go with Bat Dad, I guess.
Bat Daddy. Okay, all right. All right, Lee, who do you pick?
So y'all remember that comment I made earlier that Calvin's going to have to bleep out? Yeah, I'm just going to echo that comment. So Robin.
Oh,
All right.
understand.
Okay, Robin and Batman. Okay, so CJ, who do you pick?
This is a really hard decision, man. This is really hard because, like, you know, dude, Jason Todd.
Oh
Dude.
yeah.
Oh man. Crap. I gotta go Batman. It hurts, man. It hurts.
That's 2-1 for Batman. Brandon, I love leaving you last because you have the pick in your pick unless Lee wants to use his lifeline. Batman or Robin?
This is really hard because Robin, all of them, even a girl, just
Her name,
have been awesome for many reasons. But they've been awesome because of Batman. So I got to pick Batman.
With the OG.
Mm-hmm.
Even his dad, that's very
Lee.
angry.
Lee, do you want to use lifeline?
I'm going to do it.
What?
I'm putting Robin in the Lazarus pit so he can come back to life and take out the Dark Knight.
Man, he's gonna be crazy.
Wow. Whoa. We have an issue here. All right. Now Lee's using this lifeline. Does anybody want to challenge him at all?
Oh, Lee, you changed the game, man. You changed the game. Like, if there was ever a moment where you're tempted to use your lifeline, like, you definitely just brought up. Oh, man.
We need a decision right now.
Damn you, Lee!
Hey, man, I'm a ride or die Tim Drake fan. I can't help it.
Lee.
We need an answer.
Oh, my God.
Does anybody want to use their lifeline? Now, I don't have a
right now, man.
I don't have a lifeline, so this is between you three. Do you want to use your lifeline?
Oh man,
Killing me, Lee.
To keep Batman in? Going once,
oh, this hurt.
going twice. Robin advances.
What have we done?
The
Lee,
correct thing.
Lee, you have.
How does this happen?
There's no editing to this. This is called straight up. And if you're listening, don't blame the host who gave accurate rules about how this goes. And the other three had opportunities to use lifelines, and Batman is eliminated from this tournament. Boy,
Yeah,
If you can sue a podcast, I'm pretty sure we're getting sued.
boy, just like that.
Man, I'm kind of
Like
scared
that.
right now. I am really scared right now. All right. So, and that's the joy. We're having fun with this, right? Right. Anyway, all right. So to just to backtrack, Lead has chosen to use his lifeline. He has no more. Uh, the other guys, once again, they, not me, the host, uh, didn't want to take Batman's side and save Batman, but they kept Superman for some reason. But anyway, uh, so we advance. So next we have, man, whew, gotta take a break on this one. This is anyway.
Man,
We come back.
man.
I bet Lee's just smiling right now.
You have no idea.
Turn your camera on, Lee. Turn your camera on.
All right, so up next we have John Constantine versus Blue Beetle. Dasman, we start with you.
Can we talk about how John Constantine has some real ghetto ass magic? Like he gotta use cigarettes, ashes, and like trash. And I don't.
Oh man.
Blue Beetle, and I'm thinking mostly like the Latino tech baseman has a lot of potential. I'm gonna go with Blue Beetle.
All right, Blue Beetle. All right, Brandon, who do you pick?
I still got Cyborg, hopefully. So I'm gonna go with Constantine on this one.
All right, 1-1. Lee, who do you pick?
I love Blue Beetle, but I got to give it to my trash magician that once hooked up with King Shark, and that is canon, John Constantine.
Wow, that's news to me. I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy.
I hope
All
there
right.
wasn't any fellatio.
All right, y'all are really about to get this show just off air. Period. CJ, can you please save me?
Man, I'm still recovering from that last battle. Man, but the show must go on. Wow. This is actually a hard battle. This is hard. You got a magic-based character. Matter of fact, a mystical-based character versus a tech-based character. Oh man. I'm gonna just go off of just pure interest on this one. I'm gonna go with Constantine.
There you go.
Whew. All
There you
right,
go.
so all right, so John
Feels good.
Constantine advances. Dasmond, do you want to use your lifeline to save Blue Beetle?
Nah.
Okay. So you don't want to use it, but you couldn't use it for Batman. Okay. All right. So next we have.
I mean, that just kind of further cements.
Calvin hurt enough for that
I
one.
already lost.
Calvin is hurt enough for that.
Oh, I'm probably not the only person listening right now. That's not really.
I
Wait a
cannot wait to see the comments on this episode.
Oh,
Get that email ready, man.
and just for people who don't know, Eat Lee, since this is but mostly your fault. Can you remind the people about the email that gets sent all the hate mail to?
Yeah, if you are like me and you elect to Dolphin Noise Batman, then you send all your hate mail to idon'tcare@gmail.com.
I don't care at gmail.com. All right. I was trying to recover, man. This is hard for me. I'm sorry, okay? All right. So up next we have Black Lightning versus the Cyborg. Brandon, who do you pick?
Son of a. What? How did that happen?
It's called voting.
I'm gonna have to go with Cyborg.
All right. Lee, who do you pick?
I think I'm going to have to go with Cyborg too. And just a quick PSA, if you're not watching Doom Patrol, you should be.
Yep.
All right. Well, if y'all can let me borrow one of y'all's password, I would. Okay. So, and CJ, who do you pick?
This is easy, man. This is Cyborg all day.
All right, Dasmond.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Okay, never mind. Then there's no need to give you the whole spiel about using your lifeline. All right, so Cyborg advances. All right, next we have Batgirl versus Catwoman. CJ, who do you pick?
Catwoman. I feel like Catwoman has more personality.
Okay. All right, Brandon, who do you pick?
I like Catwoman.
Lee, who do you pick?
I got to go with Batgirl myself.
All right, Dasmine, you are the deciding factor. Lee has no more lifeline, so who do you pick?
Batgirl. Catwoman is just a one-trick pony. I mean, will they, won't they? I don't know. That's how intriguing is that? You got Barbara Gordon, who survived getting shot in the abdomen by the Joker, turned into the Oracle, then came back and became Batwoman. A Batgirl. I mean,
All right,
Batgirl.
so I'm the deciding factor on this one, and I want to go with Batgirl myself. All right, so moving on, Batgirl advances. All right, so next we have Beast Boy versus Wonder Woman. Brandon, who do you pick?
Beast Boy. I'll go with Beast Boy.
Okay. All right, Dasmine.
It's Beast Boy versus, say it again,
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Okay. All right. Now, Lee, what do you pick?
I think I got to go with Beast Boy again.
Ooh. Okay, CJ.
Ooh, man. This person is a beast. Because it is Wonder Woman all day. Yeah.
Ooh, man, y'all put me in these situations to where I have to make this decision. And I want to go with the Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Okay, so now, Brandon, it's up to you.
No, I'm saving my kryptonite.
Okay. All right, so all right, so Wonder Woman advances. That means we are through with this round. Make sure you all stay tuned because we are about to wrap it up and conclude next. Stay tuned.
Tired of the same old boring clothes? Want to support your favorite podcast but don't know how? Well, you're in luck. The Straight Up Show podcast store is finally here. In our Teespring shop, you can find all the merch that tells the world you're keeping it straight up. From t-shirts to masks to even leggings, our store has you covered. Just visit straightupshowpodcast.com and click that merchandise button. That's STR8 upshowpodcast.com.
All right, so crazy round. If you haven't been listening, Batman is gone. Ding dong, Batman's dead. Here we go. Coming up next, we have Superman versus the Flash. Dasmine, who do you pick?
Superman versus the Flash. Superman.
All right, Superman. All right, Lee, who do you pick?
I think I got to go with the Flash here.
All right, Brandon, who do you pick?
It's the Flash. It's the Flash.
Okay, CJ, deciding factor. Who do you pick?
Let's make it interesting. Superman.
You know what?
Oh my God.
Y'all gotta be serious. Cause I feel like y'all just gonna work against me.
So if I'm not mistaken, that's one. That's one.
Man.
That's 2-2, right? So I have the deciding factor. I'm gonna go with the curly head guy, the super guy, Superman. All
Made
right.
a wild decision.
Anybody have any questions about this decision?
Brandon, now's your chance.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, Superman advances. Well, shocked on that one.
Technical decision.
I think Brandon's trying to wait until the very end. And okay. All right.
Like I'm holding my Uno cards.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Bad game
For
of
the
Uno.
right time.
Oh, that draw 12.
Jar 12.
I
All
got
right.
screwed over last time. Final Fantasy should have won last year.
Oh, but Tony
Relax.
Hawk. Anyway.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy should have been the final two, man.
Hell
It should-
yeah.
Thank you.
Over Tony Hawk, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Final
That's what-
Fantasy?
And that's why we have you gentlemen here today. So if we get the hate mail, Batman should have been in the final. Hey, but guess whose fault that is? Hey, y'all's. All right. So going back to it, we have Green Lantern versus Robin. Lee, who do you pick?
Man, as much as I just fought for Robin, I have to give it to Green Lantern.
Man, the hate mail is gonna come.
Bring it.
All right, Brandon, who do you pick?
This is kind of difficult one. I think Green Lantern can actually take Robin. Yeah, I go with Green Lantern. Yeah.
All right, that's two for Green Lantern. All right, Desmond, who do you pick?
This could have been Batman versus Green Lantern. Y'all realize that?
Hey,
It was that comic book. Guy Gardner Green Lantern was like, you know what, Batman, I'm sick of you. I'm gonna take my ring off. What's up? I bet you won't punch me in the face. Batman punch him in the face before Green Gardner could. Guy Gardner could finish his sentence. And Booster Gold and Blue Beetle were laughing their asses off. I'm gonna go with, since he's not in this round right now, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Green Lantern.
okay, all right. Well, and just to kind of iterate, just like if you don't go out there and vote in November, guys, you can't complain. You can't complain. So if you didn't vote for Batman in the last round, you can't complain, sir. All right, so
I can't. I just did.
I'm just kidding. But so it appears Green Lantern advances. Lee, unfortunately, you don't have any more lifelines. So I mean, your vote doesn't really care. So I mean, but out of curiosity, who would you have picked?
Oh, I already picked Green Lantern, dude.
Talking about me, man.
Oh, my
It's
bad.
my pick.
My bad, CJ.
My
Sorry.
pick. My vote matters, man. It matters. All right. It would have been Green Lantern anyway. So
Okay. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry. And guess what, guys? If you're listening, your vote does matter. So make sure you go out there and register for the November election. Okay. Keep plugging that in. All right. So Green Lantern advances to the semifinale. All right. Green Lantern advances. All right. So up next, we have John Constantine versus Cyborg. Lee, who do you pick?
Man, I swear these are getting tougher and tougher. I gotta give it to my favorite British jerk, Constantine. I love him so much.
All right, CJ, who do you pick?
I'm gonna give this one to Cyborg, man. Like, just of the two, I gravitate more towards Cyborg. Like, he that's the one that just keeps coming to me. So yeah, Cyborg.
Brandon, and who do you pick?
I'm gonna go with Cyborg as well. I really like Constantine, but like CJ, I gravitate more towards Cyborg.
All right, so Desmond, choice is yours. Lee doesn't have any more lifelines, so you have the deciding vote. Who do you pick?
Did not call him a trash can
Yeah,
junkyard magician before?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with the human mother box, Cyborg.
All right, well, it seems that Cyborg heads to the semifinals. All right, good job, guys. All right, so last for this round, we have Batgirl versus Wonder Woman. Desmond, who do you pick?
Batgirl. I find her more fascinating than Wonder Woman.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Lee, who do you pick?
I'm gonna completely agree with Daz there, Batgirl, for the same exact reason.
All right, CJ, who do you pick? Batgirl or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, man. You know, of the two, Wonder Woman is iconic compared to Batgirl. Batgirl definitely has a great origin story and character progression, but off of sheer gravitas, the name Wonder Woman has power in itself. So, Wonder Woman.
Okay, all right. So Brandon, it's up to you. Who do you pick?
I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman on this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was tough, but I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman.
Okay, all right. So I wanted to pick Batgirl. So Brandon or CJ, do you want to use your lifeline to save Batgirl? Wonder Woman, sorry.
Oh boy. Oh man, y'all making it tough, man. Y'all making it tough. I'm gonna pass. I'm good.
Brandon?
What about that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and right on. All right. So we have this at the final four. is set. Are you guys ready? You all right? You ready for this?
No.
You know what? Before we get into it, if y'all look at the brackets, do you notice that the final is going to be a veteran versus the new school character?
That is pretty
It's
cool, isn't it?
interesting.
Very interesting. Funny how things work out, right?
Right?
Funny thing how things work out if you go out and vote. So make sure you go
boy.
out and vote in November. All right. So anyway, all right. So we're ready for our final four. We get set. So this time, do things a little different. I'm going to start from the bottom up. Okay. So we're going to start off with Cyborg versus Batgirl. Brandon, who do you pick?
Cyborg.
Desmond?
That girl.
CJ?
See, if y'all would have picked Wonder Woman, this would have been a much harder battle. Much harder.
Not for me.
This is the Cyborg, man. This is Cyborg all day.
Okay. Lee, who do you pick?
I gotta go with Cyborg too.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like Cyborg advances. Desmond, do you want to use?
Nah.
Ooh. Oh, Cyborg goes to the finals. Up next, we have Green Lantern versus Superman. Desmond, start off with you. Who do you pick?
Green Lantern versus Superman.
Yes, sir.
If anything could save Green Lantern in this, it would be my love for Jon Stewart, but I'm going with Superman.
Was not expecting that. All right. Lee, who do you pick?
So Green Lantern can create anything that's green, right? So he can make his own kryptonite and take out Superman like that.
Nah, not necessarily.
I don't care. I'm picking Green Lantern anyway.
See, that's the type of logic you're supposed to use. Just pick it, just cause.
Brandon, who do you pick? Superman
Yeah,
or
it's
Green
Green
Lantern?
Lantern.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, CJ, it's up to you. Deciding factor.
Oh boy.
Superman
Okay, so-
or Green Lantern?
Okay, all right. So I was saving this little monologue, for earlier, but I don't know if this character is going to make it out of this round. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now. What makes Superman such a relatable character, right? Like, I was on that bandwagon of he's the Boy Scout, he's super OP, why do people care about him, right? But what makes Superman a dynamic character is the fact that he is virtually a god, but he's trying to tap into his emotions, right? His battle isn't necessarily with the villains that he's fighting, but it's more so internal, because he could kill Lex like that, right? But it's the fact that if he does, that he'll no longer represent the morals that he's standing for. So, like, imagine if you were a god, like, what you could do with that. Would you do stuff that's illegal? Nobody's going to stop you, right? So, because of the relatability factor, I'm going to give it to Superman.
All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, I have the deciding factor, right?
Believe so, sir. Take your time, man. Take your time.
I'm gonna
It's
go
only the
with
fate of the whole world in existence right now.
and CJ, thank you for so much for explaining that. And Lee, you had valid points too. I mean, he can make anything green. So with that being,
what it is,
yeah,
like, it won't have the radiation.
oh, okay. Well, still with that, Lee, I'm gonna have to go with Superman. Superman advances. Now, Brandon,
If I had the ability, I would smite Superman. I would
Smite him, sir.
smite him. He'll be smitten.
so biblical. All right, so do you want to use your lifeline, Brandon, to save Superman? All right, Green Lantern.
Smite him right now.
Nah.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting last round.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez. All right. So the finals are set. We have made it all the way to the finals of the superhero bracket of the DC side. Wow. Can't believe we made it this far. Definitely some upsets that some people, like, with any tournament, won't see coming. And that's why we vote. So it's why important you should go out and vote in November. All right, so getting back to it, we are at the finals. Are you all ready?
Not really, but we're gonna get through it.
All right, so if you've been listening to this whole thing and you haven't deleted us off your podcast already, the finals are set. Superman versus Cyborg. And I want to start with our producer. Lee, who do you pick?
All right. So at the very beginning, I actually tried to make the point that I do like Superman, just for the reasons CJ listed earlier. That being said, Cyborg is such a more interesting, more tragic character that is always evolving, always, every time a new writer jumps on him, they do something fun and different with the character. And it also helps that I just finished the second season of Doom Patrol, so that's very fresh on my mind. So I've got to give it to Cyborg here.
He pushes his limits.
Hey, wow. All right, so CJ, who do you pick?
Oh man, my head hurts. My head hurts.
But to
is
help
hard
you,
for me.
keep in mind that Cyborg always have to push his limits. Superman don't.
Well, see, once again, right? Like Superman doesn't have to push his limits physically, but mentally he does. Emotionally, he does.
Emotionally and mentally, Cyborg do too.
It does
Man.
too.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it simple. The question here is who is the greatest superhero all time, and we have to consider that this character is going to square up against the Marvel champion. So
Let's stay focused.
let's be honest right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. Cyborg, name any Marvel character, right? Any major Marvel character that goes against Cyborg. Do you see Cyborg coming out that battle?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Depends on who it is.
We haven't seen the roster yet.
I'm gonna say Soups, man. Y'all, look, internally, y'all know the answer, so I'm gonna just make it for you. It's Superman, man. It's Superman. Let's go.
Okay. All right, Desmond, who do you pick?
Cyborg does have in the New 52, which has been adapted to the Justice League live action. The story that a mother box attached to his body and started, eating him up and all that stuff. That's tragic, but losing your entire home planet as a baby, that's tragic as hell.
Nobody
The
cares about that.
the best writers of Superman harp on the fact that he's he's an immigrant. He's not of this world. He's a foreigner, but he respects the lands that he's landed on and adapted to their morality. He looks at himself as a leader and an example, and the reason why he behaves the way he does is because he's always mindful of, as powerful as he is, not to cross a certain line. And he is the embodiment of what a superhero is, basically. So yeah, I'm going with Superman.
All right. So at this time, unless Brandon wants to use his lifeline, we have a winner. Superman is the greatest superhero from DC of all time. Unless Brandon.
I'm gonna trust it. Let's do it. I'm gonna put in my lifeline. Let's see what you got.
All right, and I'm assuming Desmond and CJ want to use it. Okay.
Throw mine out there.
Don't even finish your sentence, sir. Absolutely, we throwing our chips in. All our cards is out.
Okay. All right. So here's the question. Okay. All right. And since Desmond, you're representing CJ, representing your vote. Okay. Brandon, I need to see your hands up. I need to see CJ's hands up.
Oh.
Okay. So the question is, the character Jubilee in the X-Men animated series was voiced by a well-known children's actor as well for a children's TV show. The actress that she played, the person that voiced Jubilee on the X-Men animated show in the 90s, Did she also voice Carmen Sandiego? Did she voice the character on Sesame Street? Or did she also play on the Big Comfy Couch? Which PBS show did the character choose?
Oh,
Once again,
I'm gonna go Sesame Street.
Brandon says Sesame Street. Okay, CJ, the character that voiced the character Jubilee on the X-Men animated TV show on Fox. She is also a character on a PBS show. Was it Carmen Sandiego? Was she a character on Sesame Street? Or was she a character on the Big Comfy Couch? Which do you pick?
Oh man. Oh man. Let's go with Big Comfy Couch.
CJ, Brandon. Superman is the official winner of the DC side. The character was also voiced, she was the clown on the Big Comfy Couch, and she also voiced Jubilee on the X-Men animated series show on
Man,
Fox.
I knew that. I had no stake in this game.
You did it, CJ. All is right with the world.
We did it. Daz, I felt your energy. That
your energy.
Wow.
That's what that was.
Man, that was intense. That
Man.
was intense.
Man.
Lee,
Wow.
so Lee, you knew that, right? You knew that stat?
Yeah. Sadly, I've actually seen several episodes of the Big Comfy Couch. I didn't have
No,
cable growing up, so you had to make do.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we had it too, but I mean that's how I knew that. So, but no, I just found out recently that she was the character voiced as Jubilee, and she was the clown off of the Big Comfy Couch. So, unfortunately, that makes that Cyborg is eliminated, making Superman the best superhero on the DC side of the bracket. We will come back.
Right here.
Yeah, and what CJ said, and we're gonna continue the conversation online at all our social media platforms. Straight Up Show, Straight Up the Show. Make sure you go to our Patreon page. We do have 4 tiers: our best friend tier, our friend tier, family tier, and our VIP tier. Also visit our website, also on the Patreon page, to look at all our merchandise that you can shop now. If you want to donate to the show, you can go to our Patreon page or go to our Straight Up Show Cash App, which is Straight Up Show Podcast 318. Until then, there's only one rule to this show: is you got to be
Straight up.